Hear ye, hear ye, all noble lords and ladies of the land. I, Sir Memphis, noble knight and of the Curry Kingdom, have returned from my journeys to battle once more. Yes, indeed, my lords and ladies, it is I, Sir Memphis, noble knight added to the Curry Kingdom, returned from my journeys in the Tandor region, and it is time once more for us to duel and joust here today for the pleasure of our audience. We have ourselves an exciting day today as we are taking a look at the Magnet Warriors, or proud warriors of the Curry Kingdom, mighty warriors who are all about solidarity and destroying their foes with great enthusiasm. I'm not entirely certain what magnets have to do with being warriors, but I assume it is the bonds between knights that compels them so. And we have ourselves our deck, thanks to Sir Levi Story's proudest bard in the land, who has donated us this deck for our viewing pleasure today. So as always, we shall be jousting against our foes in glorious combat today, in showing off how this deck functions, and what we shall and shall not do, the olden combos and wombos. So, as always, we shall begin our day's festivities. Do not forget to join the Curry Kingdom today, as it is the proudest and most glorious of all kingdoms, and you should join it immediately. So, let us begin today's festivities here now and begin our war with these magnetic warriors. Very my lords and ladies, it's time for another day. A fine joust, and this shall be the first joust of the day. Preferably, we wish to open up ourselves to going first. We can go second, but first is generally better. So let's see what we have for our opening hand. An interesting opening hand indeed. Here's what we shall be doing. We shall be summoning forth this creature, Epsilon the Magnet Warrior. When summoned forth, he shall send another creature to our Yard of Graves. And it can be quite a few different cards. Let's see here. Not that one. Not that one. We simply wish to set ourselves up for later. So it doesn't really matter who we're sending just yet. So we'll just send a monster. Doesn't really matter who. That doesn't really matter who. Because, well, actually, summoning Gamma is just fine. It's acceptable. Quite acceptable indeed. My opponent is thinking of whether they want to do anything about that. Thankfully, they don't. So we shall activate the next card, our Magnet Induction spell to induct new warriors into the Brotherhood of Magnets. So summon forth a monster from my deck, and we shall getting ourselves the Electromagnetic Warrior here, Alpha. When Alpha is summoned forth, he shall search me another monster from my deck. My opponent will stop this with the effect Veiler, I see. Unfortunate, but not a big deal. We have other options, such as our Adamant Researcher, proud scribe of the Curry Kingdom. Better not be a witch in disguise, I'm just saying. Anyway, we shall use her effects to summon forth another creature from our deck, hopefully. Indeed, let's see, what are our options here? See, I've already used Epsilon. And I don't have another monster for... Yeah, I suppose I'll summon this one. Magnet Omega the Plus Sign. Well, I shall put in attack mode despite being a defensive monster, simply because I shall not hide from my opponent. Not at all. But now, though, since we are going first, I shall use our two monsters to summon forth the Natural Beast monster, and we shall activate the effect of this creature, Conductor Warrior Lineum Magnum Plus. Shall send forth two creatures from our deck to summon forth. We wish to summon forth using the E- monster, as well as the E+ monster. Sending them to the graveyard and summoning forth this creature from our deck. Using the effect of our plus monster, I can then summon forth another creature from my grave. It shall summon forth this one, the E- monster. And actually, if I could have gotten the other monster, that would have been even better. That effect Veiler did harm us a little bit. So I'll add this card to my hand. You see, using this E- monster, I can perform the fusion summon. We have many different summons. Fusion summoning is one of them. Doing this, I shall use my magnet monsters to summon forth this creature. It is Conductor is it called? Conductor Knight, a Proud Knight, Plasma Magnum. Yes, that's its name. So with this, I can add any of my spell cards I wish from my deck to my hand. Let's see here. I do have a low-level monster. Let me think here. I can get many different things is the thing. Many different options are available to us. But I'm low on the time, so let's make things quick. I shall activate my magnetic field spell, so that my monsters are protected a smidge. And for now we shall end our turn, for we are low on time. Let us see what our opponent has to offer to us. We shall see where things go from here. Have ourselves a fairly decent opening here, for I have my magnetic field spell. With it, I'm going to be able to stop my opponent from beating into my monsters. You see, at the end of damage, whenever Earth Rock monsters battle, but my opponent's monster does not get destroyed, I can return that monster to my opponent's hand. Quite a devious trick, that one. Let's see, what are you doing here? Going to play spell cards, I see. Possibly, but because of my Naturia Beast monster, I can negate any spell card my opponent attempts to play. And it seems that we are up against Foul Dragons, a worthy opponent for returning knights to battle against. To see what you have here, the true light. There is only one true light, sir. It's the light of the Current Kingdom. Alright? You should learn better not to be trusting in dragon light. It is foul and tainted. Regardless, let's see what else you have here. You have this spell card, which will avail you nothing. You have whatever this face-down card is. Possibly a trap card. Quite possibly indeed. Of course, we don't play any trap cards. We are noble warriors. We do not need these trap cards for anything. Let's see here. Let's see indeed what we'll have to do here. My opponent is thinking quite heavily. Apparently they were not as planned and prepared as we were. Quite indeed. Let me think here. Yes, I can send another monster to the graveyard in order to gain another searching of monsters from my hand to the field, but not at the moment. Not at the moment. We shall see where this is going to go. Regardless, he's activated a spell card, so I'm going to have to negate that now. There shall be no spell cards for you, foul dragon. There are none spells for thee. Very well. Now it is our turn. Ooh, I've got the magnet bonding spell. Excellent. I shall activate my magnetic field spell to reclaim Alpha the Magnet Warrior. Yes, very much so. We shall summon forth Alpha from our grave, and they shall search forth another powerful magnet monster from our deck. This way, thanks to myself possessing the Berserkion monster, I can search forth Valkyrion, which is, it's like a Valkyrie, some sort of angel but with a sword or something. Regardless, I can activate this card, the Magnet Bonding spell. Our most potent spell. It can search monsters, search more monsters, but more importantly, fusion summon our monsters. This way, I can summon forth our mighty Valkyrion, Berserkion fusion, which is this creature, the Imperium Magnum, to some sort of giant centaur creature. Which, normally I'd be against centaurs, because they're foul, fey creatures, but it is a noble warrior, and not a fey creature, therefore it's tolerable. Let's see here, what do I have in my graveyard? I can destroy my monsters to get more cards, but I don't really need to do that. But I will be activating the effect of Conductor Magnum Plasma, what did? My opponent's a coward! I was explaining that I was going to increase the power of my Magnet Warrior. I can target another one of my monsters and gain attack equal to half its attack, and I don't have to restrict mine attacks at all, so I was going to make my monster quite powerful. But yes, that is essentially what our deck does, ladies and gentlemen. We shall summon forth our Magnetic Warriors, and overwhelm foul dragons and lowly knaves, until that they surrender themselves to the mercy of the Cursed Kingdom. Which is a nice way of saying I put them to the sword, because they're foul demons. But regardless, we defeated our first foe of the day, a quite pathetic foe indeed. But let us go forth into the second joust of the day, where we shall be hopefully facing against opponents with more of a spine to be broken. Very well, my lords and ladies, welcome thee to the second joust of the day. Let us boldly stride forth and lay our opponents low with our magnetic warriors. Our bonds cannot be overcome. Much like the bonds between myself and Sir Spooky Memphis, of course. Both of us noble knights and the Cursed Kingdom love that guy. So yes, we'll just go first here. Let's see what we have for our opening hand here. Interesting indeed. Interesting indeed. Let's see where this is going to go here. So summon a monster from my deck. That is true. That is true here. So let's just go forth. We shall summon forth our Gamma, the electromagnetic warrior. A mighty warrior indeed. And that will allow me to summon forth mine Beta, the electromagnetic warrior, from mine hand. Which will then allow me to search forth another monster from mine deck. Quite good indeed. What is this? Every time a monster is summoned from the deck or the extra deck, draw one card, you say. I don't like the sound of that for some reason. But we'll see where this is going to go. I might need to do something. Let me think here. Can I afford to do nothing is the question. That is a good question indeed. Because obviously I can do my fusion now. Or I could wait a turn. I shall pass the turn for now. I don't trust this weird gloppy thing. I don't know. It doesn't look like a demon so much, but that's what a demon would want you to think. Oh! You also have the Adamant Researcher. I see. Interesting. Very good indeed. Let me think here. Does it activate the effects of our Gamma monster? I can tribute it off along with our Beta monster to summon out 2 new electromagnetic warriors from my deck. With this, we shall summon forth our E- and E+ monsters. Where I can do everything I wish to do with these. Let's see. Put that in attack mode. There we go. Let's see here. We're both playing the Magnetic Warriors, you say? We're comrades in arms, then. We shouldn't be fighting. We should be joined in brotherhood, of course. Alright, well, this will activate my E- monster's ability here. Now that it has been summoned forth, I shall send Delusion for next turn. Very good indeed. Let's see. Because he has Earth monsters, I actually get to determine the attack target of my opponent's creatures. This is quite good indeed. Although the fact that I waited to... Well, perhaps I could have kept going. Perhaps not. It's hard to say. Hard to say indeed, but now you have the magnet bonding spell. See, the good thing is, I know what my opponent is going to attempt to do here. He's going to attempt to summon forth the mighty Battlebot. Much as I would do as well. To see here, I see. Well. Good showing, sir. Good showing indeed. You've summoned forth every monster you wish to summon forth. But perhaps you have more... No. I suppose you'll summon something later. Let's see. So, because of my monster's ability, I can force him to attack whatever I want. Not that it matters too much. Let's see here. Let's see. Yes. That is the fact. I do have my E- monster's other ability. I can negate an attack. It's once per turn, mind you, so it's not perfect by any standard. But it's better than nothing. I can negate a attack. It's better than nothing, and hey, my opponent's Imperium Magnum can do nothing about it. Quite good indeed. So let's activate our field spells effect, which... Oh. Huh. Wait a minute, I thought that that could negate anything. Was I mistaken about that? Possibly. Quite possibly. Regardless of which, yes, unfortunately he had Forbidden Droplet. A Fallen Knight, perhaps. Possibly. Possibly. And my opponent Why did you surrender? Is it because your trickery was announced? Possibly. I can't believe he surrendered like that. I mean, okay, here's what I was planning to do. I was planning to go all out here. I was going to summon back our Gamma which would have summoned Alpha and searched me another monster. Would have been quite powerful. Now, my opponent certainly could have done more. He probably had a hunting cat of his own. Why did he surrender? I haven't the faintest clue. But we have to call that a win, because morally, we did defeat our opponent. Because they were clearly a fallen knight, and, well, they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming, so let's go for our third joust, and I suppose a fourth joust is due. With a duel like that, we'll have to. But let's go ahead into the third joust of the day, and find a real opponent! Hey, my lords and ladies, it's time for the third joust of the day. We shall boldly stride forth, and with any luck, our opponents will, actually give us a bit of a challenge this time. We'll see how it goes. Our opening hand is an interesting affair. Let's see here. My opponent has no extra deck, and they're giving me all these life. Are you trying to bribe me? That won't work. I don't believe in money. Let's see, what do we have here? Floowandereeze. What on earth? Floowandereeze and Rabin. What on earth? What on earth is that supposed to mean? Let's see, what does this do here? Adding a monster, then you can immediately normal summon that monster. Then you can normal summon this monster and get another monster. I see, I think. Possibly. Floowandereeze and Pen. Let's see here. Add a spell trap, then immediately normal summon a monster. Oh, and all your cards just come right back. Well, that doesn't sound too good, does it? This doesn't sound like a good thing to me. Alright, so you got yourself a field spell of some form. You can reveal a monster and banish a monster with a different name from the deck, and then normal summon the revealed monster. If your opponent normal summons, you can normal summon a monster. Alright, that seems strange. What else? Does this do something else? Let's see. While this tribute summon cards to the monster, your opponent can activate the effects of summon monsters in attack position. Alright, important to know. Important to note, I must put my monsters in defense mode. I can work with that. Alright. Let's activate our E- monsters ability to perform our fusion summon. Shall summon forth our plasma magnum. And very importantly, we shall put our monsters in defense mode. Because that way I can use my monsters' effects regardless of your trickery. And I'll activate the effect of our E+ monster to summon forth our E- monster. Very good. So we shall summon forth our E- monster here. So now the question is, does this do anything else? During damage calculated, if this card battles a monster, you can banish a card from the hand, the monster gets attack and defense halved. Getting rid of this is going to be more of a chore than anything, but I have options. I think so, yes. We shall add the magnetic field spell, yes. I can use this to quickly eliminate that monster of mine opponent's. But for now, we'll send Delusion to the graveyard. That will work just fine indeed. Shall activate our field spell. And I shall activate my field spell's ability to revive our E+ monster. I shall place it in attack mode. It shall be the mighty warrior to lay our opponents low. Shall I activate our magnetic induction spell. With this, let's see, I already have Valkyrion, but I need Berserkion. So I shall summon forth Alpha, the Magnet Warrior. Yes, once you actually read your opponent's cards, it's not that difficult to get around them, is it? Not especially. Let me think. I could also just destroy this, could I not? Pretty sure I simply could annihilate this creature. Let me think about, do I wish to do what exactly? A lot of things I can do. Remind me how... Let's see, I need to banish... Let's see, I don't have all of them. I'm missing Gamma, unfortunately. I could get Gamma, though. So let's go ahead and send Beta, the Magnet Warrior. And if I could... If this infernal mouse creature will stop moving, I can get out another monster. Summon forth our +- monster. And then, I can summon forth yet another creature. Let's see here. Yes, using our Alpha monster. And, well, Plasma Magnum's already done its job. So I'm going to go ahead and place our Mrs. Radiant here, which will also weaken my opponent's creatures. Let's see. Banish a level 4 from the graveyard. Yes. So I'll banish 3 monsters from the Yard of Graves and summon forth a Berserkion in defense mode. I don't have another. I thought I had another Magnet Oi in the graveyard, do I not? Not a big one. Not a big one. Very well. Alright. This all works out thus far. It's quite alright. I can simply beat into his monster. That's all that's really required of us. So let's go ahead and do that. So attack our opponent's monster. Thanks to our Magnet Induction spell, we cannot be bested in battle. But my opponent certainly can be. Thanks to the effect of my magnetic field, I shall return his monster to his hand, and then lay into my opponent with everything we have. Take that. What say ye to that, sir? Alright, so having done all that, I think we're good for the moment. Let's see here. Is there anything else I wish to do? Not at the moment. I think we're good. I think we'll be just fine. So into standby. No. Not yet. Not yet, Delusion. You're very eager. I understand. But not yet. It's too soon. What is this? 2 attacks in the battle phase and doing multiple bits of damage, you say? I see. That doesn't sound too good, does it? It doesn't sound too promising. Alright, let me think about this. I will have to use Delusion early, because it is a special summon monster, and it is an attack position. If he summons forth that bird again, which I assume is his plan to do, I need to get our monster's effect off early, so that I can then trade it off for other monsters, and be good from there. The good thing for us is, with our field spell in play, any monster that he battles into our monsters with, and our monster lives, we will be fine. Let's see, what is this doing now? You get to summon another monster, you say. Let me think about this. I think I let that one live. We'll kill the next bird. I think that's the right way to go about this. I'm not 100% certain, but I think so. Yes. So we'll summon forth that bird. And now we will destroy our opponent's creatures. So we'll destroy... Let's just destroy this bird. I don't like this one. Also, I will use Delusion's ability to summon forth our monsters back. We will of course put them in defensive position. That way, the penguin will not be able to stop our effects. Yes. So he gets another M-Pen. But he had another monster to summon forth, of course. Alright, well, I somewhat expected that, but this is alright. This all works in our favor. Everything is fine. Everything is good. There are no problems here. Let's go ahead and send our last Berserk into the graveyard for later, in case we need it. If I get my magnetic bonding spell, that would be great. Be quite good indeed. Quite fetching. Alright, so you've summoned for... What is this? This is a new creature. You can conduct up to 3 normal summons this turn, not just 1. How many normal summons do you require? You've already summoned quite a few. I suppose he's going to attempt to summon all of his birds or something. Let's see. Let's see. It is once per turn with our field spell. That could be making things difficult for us. What is this now? You can almost summon high-level monsters without tribute, you say. Let's see. And now you get your additional summon of this creature. I assume this is the part where you summon forth your giant penguin monster, which will make things slightly more difficult for us. But again, because of my field spell, I can continuously remove my opponent's monsters from contention. Also, I still have my E+ monster. Oh. Which for some reason didn't do anything. Alright. He simply has to attack an Earth monster. Not a problem. Alright, well regardless, I get to recover one of my cards from my graveyard. Let's see, what do I want to recover? No, No, no. I suppose I'll just get the cat back. It doesn't really matter that much at the moment. Not at the moment, I say. Not at the moment. What? Alright, you're simply going... Oh, yes, you can do attack multiple times. That's true. Well, thankfully, I will be removing your monster right now. Back to the hand with you, bird. Also, plus minus does return to my hand rather than go to the graveyard. But it does. It stops by the graveyard to say hello to its fellows at the graveyard. Then it goes back to thine hand. You know, because plus minus, very much a knight of the peoples. Of course, he always makes sure that his fellow knights are taken care of. Very important. Are you... My monster is equal to the strength of yours, you fool. That's not going to do anything. Did you not see? My attack... My defense is too high. What are you doing? What is this? Stop it. I mean, I'm trying to destroy you, but don't hurt yourself. Stop it. It's disturbing. It's also probably part of some dark rituals, but at the same time, just stop doing that. Anyway. Alright, so... Oh. So you just change all my monsters' attack to 0, you say. Well, that's an annoying effect indeed. Alright, let's see here. Let me think about this. I need to remove this creature from the field. Let's see. I need to get this creature off the board. I feel that that is important. So what we're going to do is thus. I shall activate my magnetic induction spell. So summon forth a creature from my deck. And we're going to summon forth Beta the Magnetic Warrior. I'm just going to keep putting things in defensive mode until I know it's safe to go to attack mode. For now, we shall add ourselves another E- monster. And we shall activate its effect to perform a fusion summoning. With this, I shall summon forth my next Plasma Magnum creature, using E plus and E minus as always. We'll put Plasma on the board. This will search out my fusion spell. As well, I shall recover one of my monsters. Very good indeed. We shall special summon our monster to the board as is tradition. So get ourselves our magnetic bonding spell. I think, well, the thing is, we have yet to see what these face down cards are. They are slightly worrisome, aren't they? Just a little bit. But to activate the effect of our electromagnetic warrior, banishing a card, I shall destroy my opponent's witch. Which I just realized, that's a witch. So good. We killed a witch today. That makes it a good day indeed. Alright, so now that we've done all of that, just use these two monsters to summon forth the most gallant of all granites. We'll activate its... Oh, so your witch dies and you run away, do you? Coward! Come back and fight me! Alright. Well, I think, honestly, now that we've killed a witch, and we've killed dragons today, I could go for a fourth joust today, but I think that that will be enough for today. You know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So let us go for the end of times. It's the end of the day's joust, everyone. Thank you very much. Let's go for the end of it. Verily, my lords and ladies, our warriors of magnetism were quite potent today. We were able to summon forth our magnetic warriors and lay our opponents low, despite their trickery and deceptions. And we were able to do so with grandiose fashion and with honor in our hearts. And that's the most important thing of all. Honor and brotherhood and knighthood and God above and King Karibo and the Curry Kingdom. Lots of things are very important at the top, but the fact is our warriors did quite good indeed. And I'm very proud of them. They went forth and there was no trickery or deception necessary. It was all about summoning monsters and attacking. That's all that was required. So it's been one of my most favorite decks I've ever played, personally. So regardless, here, everyone, we say thank thee for joining us for today's festivities. Do not forget to join the Curry Kingdom. It's very important. It's the only viable kingdom in the world, okay? If you're part of another kingdom, it's probably the wrong one, unless you're part of some branch of the Curry Kingdom, which is possible, but I doubt it. So, here, of course, is the deck that we played with today. Take it forth and win glory and honor in the name of the King and God above. So, for our main deck, we play one copy of the Valkyrian, 2 copies of the Berserkion, and 1 copy of the Delusion monster, which can be 2, if you wish, because we also included 1 card from the side deck, which is this dragon, which, obviously it's a dragon, but it's a potent dragon in the end of games. We have 3 copies of our plus-minus Conduction Warrior, quite potent indeed. We have 3 copies of our E+ monster, and 3 copies of E- monster, along with 1 Delta Magnet Warrior. We have 3 copies of Epsilon Magnet Warrior, 2 copies of Omega Plus Magnet Warrior, 3 each of Alpha, Beta, and Gamma the Magnet Warriors, along with 3 copies of our Adamant Researcher. And we also have, of course, 3 copies of the Powerful Magnet Induction spell, 3 copies of the Magnet Bonding spell, and 2 copies of our Magnetic Field spell. There are no need for any trap cards. For our extra deck, we have 1 copy of this Demonic Sheep, 1 copy of this Cat, 1 copy of this Giant Stone Golem, 1 copy of this Giant Rock, 1 copy of an Evil Wicked Gorgon monster, 1 copy of a Dragon from the Ocean, apparently, 2 copies of the Gallant Soldier made of stone, 1 copy of this other Golem monster, 1 copy of the Hunting Cat Naturia Beast, 1 copy of Naturia Barkion, which may be a dragon, it's hard to tell. We have 1 Guardian of Goyo, 2 copies of our Conduction Knight Plasma Magnum, and 1 of our Imperium Magnum Super Centaur Robot. So as for the side deck, if you want another Berserkion, perfectly acceptable, it destroys cards. If you want to have 2 copies of Delusion, there's nothing wrong with that, although typically 1 is plenty. If you want to summon forth this giant bird, that is an option. Go for some falconry of your own. We have ourselves things like Xenophon the Sky Prison to place all the heathens into. Although, why would you not just kill the heathens at that point? But regardless, we have 1 copy of this dark-looking night creature. We have 1 copy of a giant hand with weird-looking fingers. 1 copy of a giant steel soldier, which is very cool indeed. 1 copy of another scribe, Asa the Earth Charmer. We have 1 copy of this Geonator monster. And we have, of course, 3 copies of the Magnet Reverse spell. If you want something that can revive monsters from our graveyard, things like Berserkion and Valkyrion, for examples. So that is today's festivities, everyone. I hope they very much enjoyed it. And next time, my noble friend Sir Spooky shall be dueling with the Reactor deck. That will be quite a show indeed. So until the morrow, your compatriot and loyal servant of the Current Kingdom, Sir Memphis, shall be bidding thee a fine day.